Good morning, it's the 9th of February 2026. I've just been down to the breach site to have a look if there was any work going on a nice Monday morning. There has been work done, as you'll see in this video, but there wasn't a great deal going on while I was there. So just looking at the lift bridge there, you can see that there's a Sellwood van in attendance. I presume they've discovered the pumps aren't working at the far end, which is why that dry dock area is flooded, and all the water's come down the breach and out onto the flood site. Flying over where they've been building this bit of a compound, the diggers have moved from yesterday. You can see they both have been used. The port cabin's now in that new compound, which kind of explains what this is to me. It's more of a compound for what was by the lift bridge to make a bit better access over that bridge, I guess. Whether the track in access in will carry on past that Flannery digger off towards that on-ramp onto the ring road, quite possibly. We'll have to wait and see. Going back towards the lift bridge now, we can see there's a bit of water behind this dam, but no more than there was. Between the two dams, I mean. And beyond the second dam, it seems very dry this end, so I would say these two dams are working well. And you can see that there is water coming out of the pump pipe, which we'll have a look at there. Not constant, but it's keeping up with it. Sorry if you can hear a banging in the background. I'm speaking over this video at home and cutting logs outside. The roller's moved, obviously, and obviously that's the back of the Sellwood van. The number of boats on the Whitchurch arm of the canal there have reduced considerably now that they can get out. Actually flying over the breach itself, as you can see, the water's still in the depression where Sefton was. Nothing much changed there. It's still flooding out into the flood site, as we'll see. Height of that flood water, we'll have a look at that later, but that's really considerably higher than it was now, which is a great shame. It was starting to recede slightly. They say that the water on that flood site is wastewater. Well, it's canal water, isn't it? It's flowing constantly out of the canal and onto there, so they're going from okay water to wastewater constantly, which are causing themselves a much bigger problem all the time if they do have to start carting that water away in time. Any comments you have on anything, please do comment. I love reading them, and I'll try and respond to any or find out answers to any that I can. You can see there's still considerable leakage into the breach between the two blue dams, which we'll have a look at next. I would say that was true height of the canal now. It's full. And then the orange one as well, that's obviously leaking. They're all doing the job, but the they all leak a certain amount, so if you can get them into that dry dock area, that first dry dock area, and position the pump in a good spot, in a bit of a sump, then it should hold most of the water back. I find it quite hard to believe that they haven't been back and sorted this before now. But hopefully, if they're on site today, and these are, as far as I'm aware, the only Sellwood pumps on the actual breach site now. The other end's on a different brand of pump from Gap Plantire, I believe. I believe these 2 workboats did disappear last week, so whether they were being worked on or refueled, then perhaps when they came back they haven't worked since. I'm not sure. It is slightly strange how Sellwood are at that end, the other end of the breach. You'd think they'd come down to this end, because other than walking through the breach there is no actual access this way. They might have been better coming from this direction. Unless it's a simple fix, maybe they think they just need switching on and off or something to that effect. You can see there's quite a lot of water coming out of that brick chamber still. Obviously, because the height of the field water's high, there will be water wanting to work through there. It's quite good to see that is the amount of water coming out of that is going up and down, because that's showing that does still run to a degree. It's not completely collapsed. Just a bit of an overview here of everything. I do find it hard to believe that there's... Sorry, that was my little puppy dog. There's a postman outside. He doesn't like the postman. I do find it quite hard to believe that there's people on site at this time of day but not actually doing any work. Maybe they're on a break, I'm not sure. There seems to be a lot of breaks. Maybe that's because I'm self-employed and I don't do breaks, possibly. And you can see the height of the water here, how it's increased. It's getting up towards the stream, and that had receded considerably. Little puppy's called Ernie, sorry about that. And then just looking out towards Whitchurch. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one.